I'm currently at a place called the Timperley Wedge, which is in Trafford. This is a greenbelt area that is marked for development. Originally the proposal was for 3,300 homes, and this has been reduced now to 2,400 homes, which I welcome. But those 2,400 homes, 70%, that's 70% of these are going to be unaffordable homes. Get that, 70% unaffordable. The actual plan is actually out here. You talk to members of the public, and very few are actually aware of the actual total destruction that is actually going to happen to the greenbelt area. There's no mention about social housing for the housing trust, and we're going to end up with more cars, more lorries and more air pollution, less farmland, less animals and birds that are going to happen as nature is wiped out. We have got grazing land as well as arable land on here, and where I am now, the swing round, we do have sports pitches, and there is mention of these but no finer details to what's going to happen. Just over the way we've got a place called Davenport Green, and we've got HS2 on its way. That's going to come and collide into the green belt, again causing further destruction. We're on the last slither of land, green land, between Trafford and Manchester Airport. We're being told that air pollution is a major problem, and part of the way to help with air pollution is our green areas, our trees, which are the lungs of the earth. It is ironic and stupid to be getting rid of this. Every option to explore brownfield sites have got to be explored before this is just wiped over. This is only one tiny area within Greater Manchester. There are hundreds of other sites that are earmarked just to be bulldozed and housing stock produced, and as I say, 70% unaffordable. Andy Burnham, on his run up to being elected as mayor, promised to save the green belt. He's gone back on that word. He will turn around and say, oh well, I've reduced it, but a reduction is not saving the green belt. Shameful. The Labour group, which are now controlling this local authority, had a campaign in an area called Flixton to save some Flixton greenbelt. Oh, and behold, they won a seat there. Fantastic. And you know what? Out of the Greater Manchester spatial plan, that area, because Labour won it, isn't earmarked to be developed anymore. Is that getting political? I think it may be. In 2006, Trafford Council adopted the UDP, the Unitary Development Plan, and in that plan was the protection of our green belt. I will come and touch on this a little bit later, because fortunately, as an ex-councillor in Trafford, I have actually got a full copy of the UDP that was adopted. Every option on our brownfield sites, our industrial areas, have got to be completely explored. This is a mass rollout of getting rid of greenbelt, and it's really ill thought out and ill conceived to what the long-term outcome is going to be for our health and well-being and for the environment. Really not good enough. So just walking back to my car, and I've just bumped into a local resident who's out walking his dog on this actually, funny enough, a very popular dog walking area. You just give a quick introduction, and can you just tell me, have you heard of this? Are you aware of this plan to destroy the Timperley Wedge?
No, my name's Michael Lavelle, and I come round here regular, and this is the first I've heard of all this development. I mean, it's not just this field here that we're talking about. It goes on for miles, which I've only just heard about, and I'm shocked. You just showed me all the plans and all the green belt which is going, and no one seems to know about it.
No.
Why? Is my question. Why is there no posters up? Why is residents not being informed about all this? You know, we've heard little bits about the Y-Vale going, you know, but no one's heard about these rugby pitches and football pitches going, you know, where, you know, the residents and the community need to know about these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just say thanks ever so much for those kind words, and you know, that really means a lot. As I say, we will try and get some leaflets out and get some information and publicity done for it.
Yeah, do that.
Here is a copy of the UDP, the Unitary Development Plan, This was adopted in June 2006 by Trafford Council, the local authority. In this plan, it outlines the long-term plan for Trafford. I've got detailed maps here, which I'm going to get out and we'll video those in a moment for you. And in here is the long-term plan, the UDP. Okay, so we have an introduction, the theme of the plan, area-based policies, the environment, employment, let's keep going, the Trafford Park area, housing, open space, shopping, miscellaneous development, waste disposal, minerals, countryside, transport. A whole raft is in this UDP. And in here, I was a former councillor, and when this was adopted, it was actually to protect our green space and greenbelt area. Something has badly gone wrong here, and it's a bit of a betrayal that the UDP that was adopted in 2006 is basically thrown out of the window. So sort of flicking through some of this UDP, as I say, it's a very extensive document. You know, there is details here to protect open land. You know, the council will refuse planning permission for new developments on the following areas, either allocated for development or within the Greenbelt land in Warburton, that's south of Partington, land of Shell Carrington, blah blah blah. As I say, this is an absolutely extensive long-term plan for Trafford. And as I say, in here is the protection of our green space. So here is it's a rather large map, and you can see areas, natural conservation values, floodplains, go through, and you can see all the areas that are earmarked. And in here, chapter 15, Greenbelt, protected open land. Okay, let's go that again. Greenbelt, protected open land. So here we have a map more south of the borough. I have obviously got one north of the borough. Okay, so this is Cullen, sort of Dunham Massey, out over towards Warburton Way, and this is Altrincham here in the centre. And as I say, for myself, I'm primarily concerned about this area here, which is the Timperley Wedge, and you can see things are marked. So here marries up to here, Greenbelt. Yeah, look at this. And this was adopted in 2006. This is the UDP plan.